Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Scorchlands. This is episode 3 of our mini-series, and we are trying to finish up Tier 2 this time out. So with that objective in mind, I need a set amount of research to wrap up all of the Tier 2 and actually open Tier 3 to us. So the first things we need are 20 stone tablets. We already have 10 of those now, so I think that's going to be an easier acquisition to begin with. But we will ultimately need to get up to 47 arcane tablets. We have just 5 right now, so that's going to take quite a bit more work within the desert itself. But let's go ahead and start with the easy one and knock out those 10 stone tablets. I think this area right here has a lot of potential. There's quite a few opportunities out there, and this area is missing quite a bit of stone, and we can throw in a fair bit of that quickly and easily and potentially see the number climb. Alright, so with that stone we still have a shortage, but you can see there's a lot of stone slabs. I think the stone tablets can now push that number out a bit. There you go, just like that. We have used up the balance and got exactly the increase we needed. So we are now at that 20. We've got the 20 stone tablets. Now onto the hard work of sort of replicating this on a similar scale, but only having, so much terrain to work with. I think it's going to be of our best interest to kind of use up this area, but we might have to use up both. We really might need both colonies, as this perfect storm here for building is quite handy, but I'm not sure we can quite repeat that in just one colony throughout this space. That's 63, by the way, arcane tablets that we are producing between that double set of colonies, so we really don't need quite as much to get the 42 additional that we are going to require. So that's encouraging. That is encouraging. And let's get in. We have plenty of population for some new colonies. And if you take this and expand by 1, just out of necessity, it won't let us expand further that way. This one can afford to be expanded upon a fair bit. And the expansion will cover all but 1 hex. Yeah, we'll take that one. So no expansion for this. This one will expand. Of that one, but that's okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we have 2 new colonies. We need to make sure these things are linked very early on, but we might need to link them in more than one way. I mean, virtually one colony out of this. What might we need to swap outside of arcane dust? Arcane dust is going to be the obvious one that we want to transfer over. We are going to need coal coming into the location somehow or another, and there's no woods until all the way down here. I'm wondering if we can get a little bit of coal production down here. No, that's not going to work. That doesn't reach. Okay, we are going to have to figure out a coal production to bring that coal into the colony. I'm wondering if I don't want to use this one for the production. Use this one to transfer something up, as it's quite a bit smaller, and this one has a lot more room to do all of the bits and bobs we're gonna need. I think that might be a better way to do it. Make this one the production area, and this one to supply some type of resource in. We do have a pretty solid grip. We might be able to get our arcane dust out of there. And then link it up like right here. Alright, let's see what that can do for us. Yeah, we could throw in, say, a laser out here where it's out of the way, not impacting the space, and link it up right there. And then we will put that in as a arcane dust transfer. But is this going to be enough? Probably not, but we can produce more over there. Is it going to get us a decent quantity? That much I think it can provide. Remember, we don't actually need as much as we needed prior. You can see 11, 10, 11. So if we can get one more right there on the edge, poof, that is perfectly balanced. 11, 11, 11. Now we just need the arcane dust. Nice. 33 arcane dust. Okay, and we will transfer that 33 arcane dust over to the other region. I think that was good. I think that was very good. We got exactly what we needed out of the smaller region. Perfectly balanced. And now we've got 33 arcane dust into a larger area where we thought we were going to have to produce it, and looks like we probably will not have to produce it here. This is going to give us a good opportunity to get the stone slabs that we need. We need to get, what, 11 of them? So let's try to make that happen real quick and easy like. I think we can put one in there, and then got this backwards though. Skipping the step. So we need the coal is going to be the one that's at the 3-to-1. But once that's created, to make the arcane tablets, you need the 1-to-1. So 3-to-1 is still going to use those up at a 3-to-1 rate compared to the coal, and then the resulting arcane metal will go balanced with the stone slabs. But we still, and the next step, what we need is we need to bring in coal from somewhere. So how are we going to acquire that? There are some woods back here, not too far away. Maybe that's our ticket. Or of course over that direction. That's good right there. Room for expansion. It's not going to hit these things up right now, but you expand even just one space and it's going to hit things up pretty well. In fact, might as well just do it. It's only going to cost one population. Thinking about the future when we go to place the next colony in the area. Math almost works out on this one. We've got a slight deficit on the arcane dust. Somehow didn't quite come out the way we needed it to, but we have our exact 33 metal that we were looking from this. For a moment, I thought the arcane metal, we could kind of get away with putting it up on top as we had no need, but as we find we needed a lot more stone slabs than what we were providing. Therefore, we had to, refit this area for the stone so that we can make the stone slabs. Let's get the stone slabs on the go here. Unless we swapped out a little bit of this, took a little less of that, we could make our own bit additional arcane metal. But I'm not sure if taking out 3 of these to replace with 3 of those isn't going to hurt that stone tablet's quantity to the point where it would make it redundant. So let's go ahead and just swap out kind of the end result here. 56. Alright, that's probably good. We can leave it. We can leave a bit of an abundance there, but that does save us a little bit of space for something in the future if necessary. And now we should be set. We've got our 1-to-1. We could do a good 35. Could we squeeze it? I mean, we need 42. So we're not quite there out of this, which means maybe we do need to do just a little bit extra in. There we go. Okay, we just push it up to 42. 42 is getting us where we need. In fact, it's getting us exactly where we need to be. Can we push it up a little bit more for some extra? Giving us the grand total of 47. We needed 20 and 47. We have exactly 20 and 47. So we've actually managed to do this quite quickly. So combat gear unlocked. So now we can create combat equipment. I did not get this far on my previous playthrough, so I'm curious to see what this is about. Once you have enough resource supply, be able to assign a piece of equipment to a unit. To keep using equipment you make, you will need to maintain the resource supply, just like for other global resources. Oh, look at that. It's a whole new area. There's the inventory panel. We have 3 units right now, and here is the combat gear that we have. Demand per 1 is 10 of whatever that resource is, combat gear. And you can see it takes our 1-1-1s and turns them into 2-2-2s. Maximum deployed units is the next upgrade, so now we can actually have 4 of them and 4 of them be upgraded. So changes how combat's going to work when we get into the next biome for sure. Radius cap increase is the next one, meaning our maximum colony radius, that expansion that we've been working on, can now go +3 overall. And here we go, terraforming 2, which is what we're going to need to get into what is necessary. We have altars. Altars are special buildings that are required to produce some of the advanced resources. There are 3 types of altars: raw altars, life altars, and flux altars. Place the altars so their area contains the desired buildings. Special production types, probably take the same type of starting product and then change it. Scroll making is the next unlock that gets us into that tier 3, and we have that unlocked. So that is all of our research now fully utilized, but we are complete with tier 2. Next phase for us, of course, is to expand the Nexus. And so let's figure out what we need to do to expand the Nexus to properly complete tier 2. We might have all of the research, but we haven't finished the tier. And that is terraforming that we're going to need to get into. Now, we already have desert lands. We don't need to create additional desert lands, but it looks like we're going to need, we already have some dust essence to get into the next tier. We need volatile essence, and we're going to have to create a new biome to proceed. So we're going to need ultimately 20 volatile essence. Here's the volatile essence, newly accessed. Oh, gosh, arcane metal. We need more arcane metal to make that happen. We're going to need, we need 20 times 3. So we're going to need 60. That's a decent quantity, and we've already used up all of our desert space. So it looks like we are going to have to create an additional biome to get through that, and then we need 60. We need 60 glass. So let's see what that's going to be about. Here is the glass, coal, and sand. Now I think the sand is pretty easily acquired. I'm guessing just from here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's going to be very easy. The sand. Look at that. That's quite the production right there. So sand is easy for the glass, and then we need the coal. We already have kind of what we started here, but quantity wise it's not a lot. The sand part's going to be so easily acquired, and we have space remaining in both of those areas. How much coal can we put together? How much additional coal can we get out of this? It has range, so let's go crazy. Alright, so we already have some coal. We now have 9.2 to spare. And for the glass, that's good enough for 18. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. Oh, that's gonna give us stone as a byproduct. Oh, interesting. Okay. No, it did okay. Got us up to 11.3. Alright, well there's glass for a start. I don't really know exactly how much we're going to need of various things. I know we're going to need quite a bit. We're going to have to probably produce it in more than one area to make it happen. That's going to be enough to, push through maybe 4, which means we need arcane metal. And we need quite a bit more of the arcane metal, and that is something we have a definite shortage of. And we don't have any space. Oh, we got a little pocket left over there. I don't think that's going to be enough. We are going to need an extra desert biome. Wonder if we can squeeze something in. Like, will it let us squeeze something in back here and expand that direction? Probably. Will it supersede the lava that's out here and expand our reach? I suppose we will find out in just a moment. Oh, we need 2 more dust. 2 more dust to make that happen. Oh, we also somehow shorted ourselves arcane tablets a little bit. It was the coal. It was the coal that hurt us, brought us down, back up to 42 though. I think it's over here where we have the dust. It is. We actually had room for just a little bit more, as it were. Plenty to spare. We have enough to create and to push to the next tier by quite some margin. We might have had it already, it just wasn't being transferred. Oh, we gotta get around these mountains if we're gonna be useful. I like how fast we can move when we need to move fast. So, create more desert lands. To find a way that impacts this the least. Yeah, we lost some stone slabs. I'm guessing. Yeah, we're down 3.5. Alright, we are still having a shortage. So we're going to have to get into this area to get a little more out of it. And therefore, we're going to have to connect these two regions, and even though they could link along here, we can't afford to lose the stone unless we want to transfer stone as well. Oh, you two, you're not supposed to be linking up that way. You're not supposed to link up to yourself. Rotate. Hey, there you go. All right. So now we can transfer two things over. We can transfer over some stone, which we have a major shortage of here. And then we can transfer charcoal over. So both of those are going to go this way. So we want stone maximum. And then we're going to have to get some charcoal to add that in for the other one. By the way, we've fixed the problem. Problem is now resolved. A small arcane metal shortage now, and plenty of spare coal in this area. So that was enough. That was definitely. Suppose I could have just moved two in and finished them off easily as well, but that'll take care of that. Nice and cleared biome. And the lava's still there. So we can only expand so far with the lava. We do have some limitations that we are definitely facing. It's a hot planet. Expand it by one. That'll give us a little bit of access, and of course, that we can transfer. Transfer all that glass over here. Alright, so there's 13 glass, first product we needed. Of course, we needed 60 of that. We're going to need additional sand. We can definitely get some additional sand from here. We're going to need additional arcane metal. I'm wondering if we want to take maybe one of, because I don't think we're going to produce much arcane dust out of this space. But what if we took just a single like bloodstone, made up a bunch of bloodstone here, transfer the bloodstone, transfer the glass, and transfer sand over to the next area. So let's fill up on bloodstone. Yeah, we're working. We're working. It's coming together. And there's still, you know, a decent amount of area remaining. Definitely a decent amount of area remaining on this one. And now with a little logistics transfer lasers of 1, 2, and 3, it just link those buddies up, 1, 2, and 3. And we can take all 3 product, which was the bloodstone, sand, and glass. Alright, and now it's all over here. And better quantities, better abundance. We still don't have the charcoal to make more glass, but we do have some space. I'm thinking we want to maybe produce some things in this area. Bring it in from the other side too. But how much do we have in woods? Not a lot. That's mountains, so we can't really link these guys up. Could try to link things up over there between these 2 zones. Guaranteed there's buildings on both, and they're miners based on where we're at, so that much would be obvious. And we know we already have a stone deficit there. Not a major stone deficit here, and you would think we could easily cover 10-0 off. Alright, here's my thoughts. Here's where we're at. First off, we're out of time. Now, we've technically already finished Tier 2. What we're working on now is progressing into Tier 3. So we've already achieved the basic goal of the miniseries. We've had our look. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. But here's what I would be doing going forward. We're producing about 20 coal right here, but we really aren't in a position to produce significantly more from that location. We need coal down here. What I would do is you can easily laser link this place to this place, and I would bring that 20 coal down here so that we can start making a whole lot more glass. We have plenty of sand. You add in 20 coal, we're going to add in another 20 glass. That's still not the 60 we eventually need. But what I would do from there is we've got to replace that coal, because that coal was necessary way over here. But with mountains, there's no clear path to get this to. I think you could just about weasel your way through. Oh, there we go. I just found another creative solution beyond the creative solution I already had. Colony up here. Lots and lots of coal production from that forest. Surround that thing with coal miners and you're going to produce a lot of coal. I'd probably have a colony about here, give or take, with mirrors if necessary to make your way. Looks like you could just about, if you can get the edge of that colony down here, you can just about link that up right there without a problem. And then through mirrors, you can connect this to that to here as a link point. That's all this would serve as, and eventually we need water for something, so there's water. But colony here to link these 2 areas. All of that heavy coal production, bring that down to here. Now you continue sending what is necessary up this direction to keep that, but you limit it to just what is necessary, and then the rest of that coal gets linked up down here. So we could get a hefty amount. We could get plenty of coal to produce the 60 glass that we need. From here, with what we have, we can already, there's more sand. There's much more open sand in this area. We could finish our sand production. We also have what is necessary to, we have the bloodstone. We could get easily, look at the space that we used for that. We could easily get 24 of each of the other 2 and then ship all of them into the next area, over here or something. And then there, make a bunch of arcane dust based on, 24, roughly 24 of each of those. And that's how I would proceed. From that point, I'd figure out how much more we still have to make and get on with the task of making it. But we would at least have the new biome, if not both tasks completed by the time we're out of that one. I could easily see us getting 30 plus of what we need. Not necessarily 60 plus, but we'd get at least halfway there. And yeah, that's how I would proceed from here. And that's the thing. It's all a trade-off. But as you saw, right, the big revelation is one biome's not necessarily enough. 2 biomes, well, it encroaches on what you have already. And so new logistical nightmares brought on by new logistical problems. And but we also saw that we're going to start getting a byproduct of stone. And so things change as you go along. And I like that. This is reliant on that. But that changes once you have this. And so you don't just create an area and step away from it and it's done and you never see it again. You create an area, and then logistically over time things change. Product requirements change. Biomes alter a little bit as you go along, and so you go back and you have to rework this area and rework that area. I like it. The overlapping reliance and the over time variance of requirements keeps you on your toes. It's a fun game. It's very much not a game for everyone. But if you're still here at episode 3, you're the audience. You're the type of audience that finds this concept interesting. This is a good game for you. I mean, you could easily spend plenty of time here. And yes, there is that fight element to this, but it's not a fearful element. It's just a simple, just like the rest of the game, logistical problem that you overcome. Easily dealt with. There's no ticking time clock that's putting you under constant threat. You work at your pace. You problem solve. And then move on to the next problem. But like I said, things change. And so problems reemerge. Problems persist. Things are different than what they had been. I'm definitely starting to get the hang of this and feeling pretty confident in how I'm proceeding at the moment. And I'm having fun with this one. It's a nice little game. So if you like it too, be sure to check it out because it is quite affordable on Steam and it is in early access, and that means there's going to be more content coming. But there's plenty of content already. This is certainly, I've experienced no bugs. I've been having fun throughout, and at least for the time being, in the early phases, it's all here. The content's fully here in the early phases. So there's nothing absent at this time, and there could be plenty of more hours out there. It's just, for the moment anyway, I have a busy life, and this isn't attracting a lot of viewers at this stage. So mini-series it is, but I'm glad I was able to bring this to you. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.